I'll just talk a little bit about my back to school. What's up, motherfuckers? Oh wait, I shouldn't curse.
2Q's back. We're okay. Fuck it.
Are we sure we're recording?
93%, baby.
We're Sam's producer today, but it's okay.
Yes.
The crowned prince of the pod has returned.
Yes, he's back. After God knows how long.
A 2-week hiatus. That's insane. It feels like
in podcast years, it feels like a million, but it's okay.
Sound the trumpets.
Yes, I've even recovered from a serious knee injury since we last were on. So
You're fully recovered?
No.
But I've partially recovered from a knee injury.
I'm not on crutches.
All right, that's progress. I would say that's progress.
Straightening legs. I am.
Let me know when you're on stilts, baby. Then we'll say you're a hundo.
Have I ever told the story about me trying to master stilts on this podcast?
Now if I remember correctly, and I might be wrong about this. This may have just been a joke you made, but did you learn to walk on stilts so that you could cross a river or something?
I was trying to. That was the plan. It was for brew canoe.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
It was for clowns brew canoe. When I built the clown car, I was going to try and learn how to run on those like athletic stilts. They have stilts that are like for mountain climbing and stuff.
That's why would stilts help? Why would that aid in climbing?
It doesn't aid. It's they're just, I don't know. They're made so they can do crazy shit.
So it's just
like people who are good at stilts can like run in stilts because of these.
So it's like a party trick. It's
the guy on the Savannah Bananas probably uses those stilts.
Okay, all right.
But I was like, well, what if I could get good enough on stilts in the next couple weeks to walk in the Delaware River in them? Then I could do a backflip off a canoe.
Please tell me you at least wore a helmet.
And then I was like, I could do a backflip off a canoe in stilts as a clown into the river. None of it ever worked.
I don't think it's possible to do a backflip with stilts on stilts. You would need a lot. You would have to be like jumping off a cliff.
I was willing to try.
And then you could never land it. That would be impossible to land.
Joe was going to listen.
Joe, I'm so worried about you.
Joe was going to try.
Your comedy is top notch, but your self-preservation skills are troublesome, to say the least.
But instead, I just wore those flippers like for snorkeling.
Oh, okay. So, all right, that's a little more practical.
It was way worse for my my overall. Wearing those for the entire day.
I would guess that it would still result in serious injury, but
trying to walk in those in a river is impossible, for one. While you're in a river and trying to just walk in them is crazy. And then trying to walk in them through mud, you're just flinging shit.
Yeah. Maybe if it was a deep river and you could actually go supine,
swim. But it was just the Delaware River.
No, that wouldn't be supine. That would be what's the other one? When you roll over, you're
dead man float.
Fuck, no. It's not supine. Supine's when you lay on your back.
Oh.
God, I forgot what it's called when you lay on your belly.
Cupine.
Cubes viewers, we're going to need you to leave a comment underneath and let me know what it is when you lay on your belly.
The people who do know this stuff.
Prone, that's what it is. Prone. That's the position you're in when you're swimming.
Oh.
Anyway, anywho, what are we drinking tonight, Joseph?
It looks like Noka lemonades.
Okay, what does NOCA stand for? Is that Northern
it is,
California?
I don't know. It's 3 friends from college.
Okay.
Created by 3 college best friends.
Okay. I'm going to assume they're from University of Northern California. Or maybe Carolina.
This guy's name's Galen.
His name is Galen?
Galen. Galen?
Yeah. Oh, I'll just agree to anything you throw out there.
Okay.
As long as it's got all the letters in it, I'm like, sure.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Noka lemonades. They got pink, classic, blueberry, and mango. Looks like blueberry side.
I want mangy.
Okay.
Dig deep for mangy for me. fist that box of Nokas for me.
Mango, baby.
Thank you. Ooh,
That's baseball, baby.
I love it. Slightly cooler than room temperature. I like it.
I got this out of a refrigerator today at some point. I did forget to put it away.
I'm hoping the core is colder than the part that's touching the exterior of the can.
Yeah, it's probably not that much colder. They've
I'm
been
so
together.
excited to be back, baby.
Yeah, I'm excited to get back as well. We have we are. I apologize for any technical issues today. Also, it seems that maybe our music didn't play, but that's okay. It might have.
Oh, I chugged the whole thing. I pulled a Joey. And you know what? I'm going to rank it a perfect 1 million out of 1,000,001, baby.
You know what's funny?
That's
did I already,
not perfect.
Did
but
I say it out loud? That I found these to be very chuggable? They're very
extremely
chuggable. Yeah.
I'm going to need another one, baby. What's the next flavor?
They're all pretty good. These are the ones I was chugging outside on that day that the dude showed up with the gnome outside.
Yeah. I should have brought the gnome. The gnome's in my car right now.
This was Lurker Night.
How did I not think to put the fucking creepy gnome on the pod? Did he make an appearance on the pod?
Not yet.
He didn't. God, I'm such an idiot. I forgot everything tonight. Fans, people, lurkers, I have to apologize. I don't usually come on the show dressed like a prep, but as you might know, I don't know. You probably know. It's probably. I'm a teacher. I had back to school night tonight. Do you remember that when you were a kid? When it was like kind of nerve-wracking when you knew your parents were going to be talking to your teacher.
Oh, I was so excited.
Oh, God, man. I fucking hated it.
No, I was... Early on, I was not excited about it. My early years.
Mm-hmm.
Through the formative ones, though, I was like, the teacher's going to tell the story like I'm a legend. This is going to work out great. It never did, but I was always going in. I was like,
dad was
this is going to be killer.
I'm sure your dad chuckled when you
I was always like, this is going to be killer. There's no way this goes bad. And then they got home and be like, hey, so what's been going on in school?
It's going to be killer.
Like, you haven't done a single homework assignment this year? Like, no, well, that's stupid. They're like, but you have to do the homework. And I was like, but like I don't, is the funny thing, because I know the stuff. They are not teaching hard things.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I had a different problem, you know. Mine, my
I had the behavioral issues. That everyone knew, though.
that was a given.
The principal would call immediately. It wasn't they had to find out at back to school night that I was acting out.
The teachers 3 grades above you knew. Like they were anticipating your
Yeah, I assume that. I mean, we could bring the shot collar out now. That's something that my teachers wish they would have had.
Oh, you're going to jump right into the preview of next week? Oh, okay.
Well, we'll bring it up throughout the episode because we'll get AI all
next week.
Hot and bothered.
Next week, Joe's going to be. You know what? Maybe we won't give it away. Let's just say there's going to be a shot collar involved, and it's going to be on one of the cubes. Yeah, I wouldn't be caught fucking dead in that.
Also, it turns out shot collars are more expensive than Joe thought, but it's okay.
How much can you tell me how much?
Yeah.
Just in case somebody out there is pricing one as we speak.
Yeah, this one.
You have the receipt in your pocket.
I think it's 300 yarder. It was $149.26.
Holy Christ, man!
I wish I could have just found the 2 I had here.
They say if you want to make money, you got to spend money.
Well, this one's got 8 different shock levels.
Or something like that. I think it's more if you want to make money, you got to have money or something.
This one has 8 different shock levels, so we'll find out.
Jesus, man. I'll start you on one. We'll
start at like 3. Because what if
I do? I'll do 8 questions.
Yeah, but what if 3 really sucks?
Every time you get one wrong, we go up a level.
Well, now they know what the game is.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Whatever. But if you have any fun questions, send them to Chris.
Yeah. What else could it be? You know? Yeah. Oh, that's great. Let's do some. We'll definitely do some lurker sourced questions for Joe. Here's the criteria. This is great. We're just gonna launch right into it. Here's the criteria. It has to be something that you think Joe should know about. Okay. So Joe likes football. Joe likes wrestling. Joe knows chocolate, baby. Joe knows.
There's only one question that's off limits, and that's my sister's birthday.
That was obviously going to be question number 8. It's definitely going to be question 8.
I'm not studying for that. It's not happening. It's not allowed.
It could be questions about things we've said on the pod.
I don't care.
Questions about I might put some questions about my life that I've talked about on the pod. See if you remember.
You can
Your
ask
memory is like
how many volts this is going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, just things like that. Things that you think are 2 cubes adjacent. You know what I mean? Those. That's what the questions will be about. So anyway, I said I'm a teacher, right? So I had to do the back to school night, and man, is it awkward. I've been doing this for a long time now. I've been at this school for like 12 years, and I've been like working in other schools. Like for 15 years, I've been working in schools, and every night, back to school night, is the most nerve-wracking night. It's like parents come in. They don't want to hear any BS. They want to get in. They want to get out.
I was to say,
they want you to give them just the facts.
Is back to school like the one that parents they go with no kids, right?
No, yeah.
There was one that like when we were real little that we sat like with the parents.
Oh,
this is our classroom. I don't remember. What that was
I can't even imagine that. I would have sweat. Oh man, there would have been a puddle.
Well, you guys have a different scenario, but like when I was, I don't know, 2nd or 3rd grade, that we used to have the one where it was like, here, well, this is what I've been doing in class. This is where I sit as my cubby hole, and that's my friend over there.
Yeah.
That's the kid we all bully, and we don't like that kid.
I don't know if you remember, but way at the beginning of the 2 Cubes podcast, we declared ourselves an anti-bullying podcast. So you can't.
Yeah, we bully the
say
bullies
that.
though.
You can't.
We're like Kid Rock, bull with the bull.
Bar with the bar, bang,
Bull
bang,
with the bull with the
bully.
bully, the bullies. And I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
Sit up, slap the bullies.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we used to. I mean, I was probably the biggest bully, honestly, to one of my best friends.
Oh, we know. Yeah, we know.
Matt.
You want to drop his last name? You want to drop his government? Like we usually do.
He does live in a foreign country now, so doesn't
Really?
matter.
What
Yeah,
country?
England.
Oh yeah, that's that fake ass country. Yeah, go ahead.
I think he teaches English to Chinese people, but
He teaches English to Chinese people in the UK.
yeah,
Oh, okay. All right. So they moved to
it's all right.
they moved to England. They want to learn
the people
English.
from
Yeah,
Cedar
yeah,
Grove
makes
know who I'm
sense.
talking
Makes
about
sense.
anyway because
Yeah.
he's the British kid. But when he got real pissed off, he would turn real fucking red, and just start freaking out. And yeah, he'd punch the hell out of you. It was hilarious.
Jeez.
It was great. We used to get them all riled up. But
What'd you do?
we were friends.
You flick pennies at him? What'd you do? What was the thing that got his goat? You know.
Usually it was something that hurt a lot. Trip him, something like that.
Oh, okay. All right. So physical. Oh, you're a physical bully.
If he's walking down the hall, you kick out his back leg.
I just had to complete. I just had to complete a training at work, like about harassment and shit. And one of the sections is about bullying, and they're like, "What are the different types of bullying?" And it's like physical. And I thought it was funny. The icon that popped up for physical bullying was a barbell. It was like a dumbbell or whatever. And it's like, are they just like implying that like you got to lift if you're going to be a bully? Like you better be yoked if you're going to bully people.
Well, or that's how you get out of bullying. I mean, that's what the entire
I
series.
mean, like I would have put like
about.
a hand with like a blam, like thing or something. You know what I mean?
I was thinking a kid holding a kid like
flash. Okay, all right. Like, wouldn't it be cool if like the icon was like a wedgie?
Yeah. A noogie?
But I thought it was a barbell. I was like, man, am I a bully because I go to the gym sometimes?
Noogies are an underestimated art. I mean,
yeah.
If you really fuck your knuckles up enough, you can noogie the hell out of somebody.
I think I may have given. There's a couple kids in my past I may have given a bald spot. Like I might be the reason why they have the friar tuck because I
was about to say I think usually, well, a lot of times
again we are an anti-bully podcast. Again, just to reiterate,
a lot of the time bullied kids end up with a full head of hair. Maybe if you don't get noogied, you don't.
You're saying there is no justice in this world. The bully kids wind up with a full head of hair, a beautiful wife and kids,
no, the bullied,
nice house.
The bullied kids.
Oh, the bullied kids get a full. Why would now? What's the theory behind that? I haven't noticed that.
Because maybe we're activating the follicles with the noogies. Look at Zuckerberg's hair.
This is not a science-based podcast, all right?
Look at Zuckerberg's hair.
Do not go out there and noogie your bald friends, okay? Because that's dangerous. You can just tear the skin right off.
Well, that's an Indian burn, and that's
it's an indigenous burn, okay?
That is not true. That would be a very different prank.
I'm so glad to be back, 2 Cubes. Oh man, Buck. Buff. I mean, not Buck. Buff Bagwell. I love you, dude. You've got the noises. You've got the interesting stories. You've got the look, baby. You've got everything. But the whole time I was listening, I was like, I should have been there. I should have been sitting in this place. I'm so upset I'm not there right now. We need the cubes. He's taking my fucking show, snatching it right out from underneath me. I hate it. It's like he just came into my house and just slept with my wife. You know, and I don't like it. No, I don't like it.
Oh, Buff is the best.
You're mine, goddammit. You hear me, lurkers?
Yeah.
You belong to Chris.
Actually,
you can have a crush on Buff, okay, but you come home to Daddy. You know what I'm saying? You come home to Chris.
I know you've been waiting to tell a story on the podcast, and I don't want you to forget it. It's a great one. It has to do with you driving your vehicle and getting bullied. Actually, you got bullied by I believe, young gay man.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God! How did I forget this story? Holy shit! Okay, so let me remember exactly how it happened. It was
let's
okay. All right, so I'm going to
put
work.
ourselves in this situation.
I'm going to work. Just it's I live in New Jersey. I'm in Kearney. It's fucking crowded. There's schools getting out. There's kids in the street. There's annoying crossing guards. We've talked about crossing guards. You know how much I hate a crossing.
We are an anti-crossing guard podcast. That's true.
Oh God. Go back. It's episode fucking, I don't know, 18 or some shit. I don't remember. But I fucking hate a crossing guard, right? So I'm like red in the face. I'm running late for work. I'm just mad at the world. And I pull up to a red light, and this shiny red Volkswagen Passat, older, maybe 5-6 years old, pulls up behind me. And it's one of those, like, the instant the light turns green, he honks the horn, right? Which is, I'm already like irked, you know what I mean? I'm so annoyed. So I give him the New Jersey hello. I reach out, I roll my window down, I just do a nice slow, just middle finger out the driver's side, and I proceed on my way. Then, of course, about 1,000 yards down the road, we hit another light, and he pulls up next to me, right? And he rolls down his window. My window's already down because it was a lovely autumn day. Actually, I think it was still summer, but whatever. I digress. And he leans over, and he's this very effeminate gay man, right? And he leans over, and he's just like, he leans out the window, and he goes, "You drive a beat up old man car. Like, look at this piece of shit," or something. And like, I just look back at him, and I go, "You drive a teenage mom car." And he like,
I love that you're dressed like Grandpa Simpson
I know,
to tell this story.
I'm dressed
like
Mr. Rogers. I know, it's perfect. So like, just so you know, I drive a classic automobile. Okay, I drive a 2015 RAV4. Beat to shit. I'm talking, this thing looks like you threw rocks at it for 3 hours, got bored, had a couple beers, and came back and threw more rocks at it. Like, it looks really fucked up.
I like your car.
It's so beat. If you really look at it, like, the paint job is insane. It looks like you just put on 2 pairs of brass knuckles.
It's nothing like any of my vehicles.
It's so fucked up. It's so scratched up and dented and shit. And the headlights are all foggy. How do you get rid of that fog? Oh, Bobby, if you're listening, tell me how to get rid of the fog.
I got you right here. I know how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deep woods off.
Now that you say it, holy shit, I've heard that. You probably told me. It's probably
deep woods off. Some paper towels. Just fucking spray that bitch on. Leave it for 5 minutes, and then give it a good hard wipe. Comes right off.
No shit.
It's unbelievable.
Deep woods. I think I have deep woods off in my trunk.
I have deep woods off here if you need it.
Sick.
I have it everywhere.
I'm gonna try it. I'll get back to you next week. Stay tuned.
It works great.
2 cubes out. Cue them. No, I'm just kidding.
I used to do that. I used to like do it to people's cars that were just in parking lots.
That's so funny. They come back out, they're like, "Yo, my car's looking nice right now. Why does my car look so nice?"
It takes 2 minutes. It fucking fixes.
Isn't that scary? We spray that shit on our skin.
Well, we drink Coca-Cola and they use that to clean the motor.
It removes a decade of carbonation or whatever the fuck it is.
Of rust.
That's of plastic.
You can just pour it on. Yeah, you can just pour it on a motor and it just cleans the bastard up.
That's insane. It's insane. So anyway, the funny part about the story, I think, is then I say, like, you drive a teenage mom car, and he just, like, there's a moment of silence, and then he cracks a smile, and then he just goes, "Fuck off," and he gives me the finger, and he just, like, peels off through the light. It was so fucking funny. Like, it was like, he wasn't expecting me to say anything, or he was expecting me to come back at him with, like, some typical, like,
that guy wins
comeback.
The Penis of the Week award.
Yeah. Oh, applause. Jack, add the applause in post.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Jack's a fucking... Oh, no, I can't make fun of him for not showing up because I haven't been here for 2 weeks.
It's okay. But He wins the dick and not so balls of the week.
You should drain the balls on that right now. You want to go halves on the balls? I call left one.
It is always nice to drain the balls, but I wish when they were making this, they put just a little cork here.
Oh, that would have been amazing. Yeah, why wouldn't you pour from the
Look
dick
at
hole?
that, because then you can literally drain the balls.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh, my
Yeah.
God. It would
you gotta,
be so
you
nice.
gotta pour from the dick hole, man.
Look at this luxurious. I could use this as an ice mold.
That brings us to our 2 cubes Spanish word of the day.
Oh,
Remember, we are learning Spanish together. Can you guess what the word of the day is?
is it eHarmony?
Close. I would understand how you would think the word eHarmony is eharmony, but no. No.
Okay.
You guessed it, folks. The Spanish word of the day is pinga, which means, of course, means penis.
Nice.
Back to our regularly scheduled program. Right? So if you were to add the little tiny cork at the tip, you could also take that and cork your own penis with it. So that way you don't do a little spritz maybe if you're like, you got to sit through a long concert or you're a long
An STD
drive,
special?
maybe. Yes. Or you're trying to prevent pregnancy. Exactly. You cork that baby up. They're not getting pregnant, man.
That's how the term uncorked came out, I think.
So the legend goes.
But I think that'd be a good way for me to learn Spanish, by the way.
Through the show.
No,
It's really the only way.
The dog trainer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that would be great.
Shock people if they get the answer wrong.
Oh,
Spanish.
beautiful.
You didn't use the usted.
So not shock. Wait, so you're going to learn Spanish by shocking other people.
I'm going to learn Spanish from both.
It's true. I'm sure there would be, yeah.
I like the idea of communal learning of Spanish.
I think one might be more effective than the other,
Okay.
But that's behavioral science. I mean, that's kind of my area of expertise. So
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I would like to hear how, if one person gets Spanish wrong in a group of 6, and everyone gets zapped, how that doesn't make 6 people learn Spanish faster.
I think it would. Because not only would you not want to get zapped, but you also don't want the ire of the other people.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. I'm talking from a sociology. I'm talking from a sociology standpoint. Mm-hmm. You're talking from a psychology standpoint.
Yeah. Both work. They're
both
one and the
used.
same.
Exactly.
They intertwine.
See, I went to college for sociology.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. It was my favorite activity, except the rest of college sucks dicks. So I don't do that stuff. But sociology, I love. I love the idea. I love the chase. I love it. I love the idea. I wish I could do sociology experiments. I wish I had a thesis in sociology. I would absolutely go nuts.
You would have taken the shit talk brand to the top.
I would have. It would have been. Oh my god.
It would have been studied.
Oh yeah, that's true. Shit talk is literally a sociology experiment.
It is pretty much.
It's just for men though. So we'd have to find.
Being that you're not allowed in probably 40% of the bathrooms in the country.
Okay, yeah, I'd have to find a woman who is willing to go into women's room.
Yeah, I take that back. I'm going to say 60% of the bathrooms in the country you're not allowed in. Because I would say the amount of states that just have like unisex bathrooms.
No, not countrywide.
Because
there is definitely more men's rooms than women's rooms.
You think so? Why is that?
Well, because like
it's usually an even split
at public places.
Okay.
At places like factories, things like that, where there's no women.
Okay, but what about jobs where there's only women?
What, brothels?
Exactly, and there's a lot of those.
What job has only women?
I don't know.
Dental assistants? There's definitely men.
There's fucking there's
massage therapists,
nurses and teachers, and
those are all. You're a teacher.
I know, but I'm like, dude. When I first started, now actually we do have a lot of dudes. That's true.
Yeah,
But when I first started, it was funny. There was like,
dude, daycares have men working them. I didn't know.
When I first started at my job, there was like, I don't know, there was like 45 employees, and I was like one of like
6.
5 dudes that worked, and like the other.
Oh, I get it. I get it. There's
everybody
dominated
else-
jobs, but there is no straight up man jobs. I don't think.
Man jobs. That sounds filthy. Hey, you want a man job right now?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what.
Hey, after Lurkers, once you're done liking and subscribing, make sure you comment underneath this video with your own traffic story. We want some angry traffic funny stories, right? And we also want some bathroom stories. We always want bathroom stories. Let's be honest.
I have a fun traffic story, actually.
Okay.
It's from the past, and I don't remember who was with me. But I do remember pretty clearly what happened, as I'm about to admit to a crime.
No, it was your friend Blowy.
Yeah, that's all right.
Blowy Pats.
So, anyway,
That was a good name I made up on the fly, wasn't it?
Old Joey here was,
You're young at heart, though.
yeah, I was drinking, though. And I was having a good time.
And I was a driver.
There was a few people in the car, and somehow the guy who was next to me at the light, I don't know if he knew it or if he was hitting on me, because there is some Jomosexuals out there. I know you guys don't believe it, but there are some.
I believe it. I believe it. Not me.
There are some that like
Not
me,
me.
like in a sexual manner. May not be my girlfriend. It may not be like most of the people who like me, but this guy might have been Jomosexual. I'm not sure. Anyway, he pulled up at the light next to us, and he was like, and I was like, "What's up, man?" He was like,
Oh, yeah, and I know this story. The guy just pulls a beer out.
he pulled out a
nowhere.
Corona, and he just started sipping it. And I was like,
Joe is digging it. He was like, this guy rules.
I was like, hell yeah. I don't know if he's undercover or not, but that's entrapment if it is. So fuck it.
So you reached in the back and pulled out a fifth of vodka.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I was handed a bottle of rum, and
then you guys just eye fucked across the
just
lane.
swing from a bottle of rum, and then he and handed my bottle back to someone in the back seat, and he was like,
Oh, you had passengers.
oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
there were people in the car,
Real recognize real, man.
and he was like, hell yeah, and I was like,
Fuck you.
I was like, yeah. Like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, do you want to drink together? I don't know. But anyway, the light turns green and he just fucking burns rubber, rips him up. He took off. I was like, oh, that was fucking pretty wild right there. I'm just making this right.
That reminds me of, like, do you ever see, like, online, like, there'll be, like, those fucking memes of, like, or, like, a video, it'll be, like, a clip of, like, a car just doing donuts in a parking lot, like, shooting Roman candles out the window.
Yeah.
And the caption will just say, like, dudes will see this and just be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, again,
It was, like, one of those moments. Like,
drinking and driving's bad, but I wasn't fucked up that night, but I was drinking. I don't know how he was like, that guy's not. I was driving a black Camaro, so I have no idea how he was like, that guy, not a cop. No way. I have no, maybe he saw I didn't have the RS or SS package, so I didn't look like a fucking asshole.
You know how 007 has a license to kill? Like, so there's certain cops that have a license to drink and drive.
Yeah.
But it's for the greater good.
Yeah.
They always keep their ABV below.
Yeah, it's so they don't shoot fucking random innocent people.
That's what undercover cops should be. They should just be like just bros, you know. Just like,
I would love to be an undercover cop. I think I could really do it.
I mean, you kind of look like Serpico. You're like,
I know. It's one of my stand-up jokes. Is I grew up my hair so people stop thinking I'm a cop.
I've had people think I was a cop before.
Oh, dude, people have thought I'm a cop since I was like probably 19, because
Yeah.
I always looked really little, so like can't be a cop yet. That's a cop though. And then I went to school for criminal justice, and that's where I got the sociology stuff. And I
didn't
hated
know this.
Well, I hated going to school for criminal justice, so I hated all my other classes. Sociology,
Because you're a criminal, as you just
well, so was my whole class. My whole class was all the guys I went to school with, because it was Essex County College.
If you're
it was all the guys I went to school with that I was like, aren't you high like right now? I was like, there's no way you're going to be a cop, dude. I saw you get arrested, like for big shit.
Man, if it blows my mind that there's people out there that are just like, I mean, I'm not out there fucking, killing people, doing crazy shit, but it blows my mind there's people out there that are just like, will not do something because it's like mildly illegal. I'm just like, dude, are you living life at all?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I mean, breaking
Jesus
a law,
Christ,
breaking a law
you know what I
here and
mean?
there
Like,
is,
yeah,
I'm pretty
man.
sure that says don't use on humans. We do it.
Is that law? You think that's law? Like, you think that's like punishable somehow?
I think somewhere. Honestly, it should be that you can't put that on your dog unless you do it. It should be like the pepper spray thing with cops.
Yeah.
Because you should have to fucking put it on first. See how it would. See, if you're going to do it to your dog, you better be willing to do it to yourself.
Yeah.
I was worried they were going to ask me today.
And you think if you're sitting here and you're listening to this and you're just like, well, I don't break the law, I'm an upstanding citizen, you are living a lie. Every time you go a fucking mile an hour over the speed limit, you're breaking the law. Every time you park in a parking space and you don't pay the meter, you're a fucking criminal. Every time you go out for one drink, but you wind up having two, and then you drive, 6 blocks home to your house, you're a criminal. Every time, you know what I mean? It's like the law is very it's very delicate. You know what I mean? Like it is set up for you to fucking pay. You know what I mean? It is in a lot of instances. Of course,
again, you're using the law very loosely. Here.
There are laws
you're breaking rules, not laws.
Yeah. I mean, those are laws, though. You know what I mean? Like anything that's like
jaywalking, I think is a
anything that's punishable by the government is a law. Like it's just that the repercussion for that law varies. You know what I mean? Depending on
because
the
there's
degree
ordinances.
Of the crime. Yeah.
So if you get pulled over for your radio being on too loud, it's not a law you're breaking. You're breaking an ordinance.
I guess, but that ordinance is a law in that particular municipality or whatever. Like that's a law.
I use the term
jurisdiction. That works. That works. I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird. To be human is to break the law. Like you are going to break the law at some point in your life. It's going to happen. Whether or not you get caught, that's a different story. You know what I mean? Whether your intent, that's a different story. But like it's going to happen at some point. You know what I mean? Like, and I remember being like this, like wide-eyed, like just good kid.
Racist.
I was like, I'm a good guy, and I'm gonna grow up to be the best person. I'm not gonna do. And like, I don't know. By like fucking 14, you've already broken 100,000 laws.
Well, I still do that, and I break the laws because I don't think laws just dictate if you're a good guy.
I remember being like 13 years old, just whipping beer bottles off of like a bridge, like full beer. Dude, think of this. This is so funny. This is how
I would
dumb
never
was.
do that to a full beer. I
was 13.
Never. I know he was
in
the 80s. You get a 13-cent beer, doesn't matter. Not me.
I wouldn't now.
Not this guy.
Okay, I wouldn't now. All right. I want to be clear too, dude. I want to be
now.
Clear.
I'm more
with
likely
you
to break
mostly,
a full beer,
but also with the lurkers at home. I want them to know that I would never waste a full beer. Okay,
I might now.
But I remember my friends, we were 13 years old. Shout out Tim Costello. Shout out Dante Danino. We were walking through the woods, the Kennedy Park woods, and we found, if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was like, you could get like a 24 case of glass bottles.
Yeah, you're talking about the pony bottles though, right?
I don't know. They were Budweiser. Dude, this was so long ago. Like, I was 13, so it was fucking, I'm almost 40. So do the math on that really quick.
It's 26 years.
Yeah, it's 26 years ago. We were right by Freeman's Pond in Colonia.
Okay.
And
let's set the scene here. It's 1998.
No, it's got to be earlier than that. No, that's about right.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is the world champion.
Yeah. It's the Attitude Era.
The greatest show on turf is out there.
Wait, who was the greatest show on turf? That's
Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They played the Titans
that was the
year in the
Rams,
Super
right?
Bowl. Yeah, the Rams.
Okay, all right, yeah.
And Kurt Warner is the current MVP of the NFL.
I do like this.
The WNBA.
See, I didn't know this at the time. I knew nothing about football at the time.
The WNBA is just developing as a sport.
My friends and I just discovered pornography. We found it in the woods. That's how you found pornography in the 90s.
Oh yeah, it was like Pokemon.
You stumbled upon it. Yeah, the internet existed, but it was like it just wasn't.
Well, yeah,
it wasn't a viable.
All your parents had to do was
option.
answer the phone, and you were fucked.
You were better off rummaging through dumpsters and
you want
walking
the other
through the
mango?
woods. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Oh no, you know what? I tried blueberry. I tried mango. What's the other option?
There's pink lemonade and original.
Give me original.
Okay, we'll find that.
So anyway, yeah, we're walking through, and we just stumbled upon like. I don't know, I get maybe it was a 12 case. I don't know. I can't remember. It was so long ago, but I remember it was Budweiser, and of glass bottles. And like our initial reaction, because I had never drank a beer in my life, my initial reaction was not to drink them, but to just go to the highest point we could get to and just whip them off and watch them explode.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just remember standing up there, just going like, "All right, watch this. I'm gonna throw this one as high as I can." And then it's going to crash down onto the embankment below. It's going to be awesome. And then we just like whipped it as high as we could. All right, this one I'm going to grab by the neck and try to get a spin on it so we get a different explosion.
I got you. Yeah.
And we just did that for the entire fucking rack. Some teenagers probably like hid that in the woods so their parents wouldn't find it, and they just came back to find them all smashed. Like it was, heartbreaking.
I might have a weirder story for you about.
I don't know if that's weird. I think that's Americana.
No, I got you. But I'm just saying about finding beer. Because yours is, just a teenage kid who's
a new teenager. I was 13, I believe.
When I bought this house and I wasn't moved in yet, I was living with a friend in Little Falls, so I was still commuting here to work. And one day, as I was pulling down the hill, I saw particularly no cars around. And there was a 24-pack of Heineken in the middle of the sidewalk.
Oh, I thought you were going to say in the middle of the road. I was like, so you hit it doing 100 miles? No, I'm just kidding. But you weren't driving. You were a kid.
No, I was driving. This was only a few years ago.
Okay.
It was when I first owned this house.
I'm sorry.
No, it's when I first owned this house. I was probably 25?
Mm-hmm.
27, maybe? And I pulled down and all right.
You're like, is this a trap?
Well, I pulled around the corner and went, Winslow, come here. And he goes, what's up? I go.
You use him as the fucking...
No. I go, I'm going to go grab this, but if I get grabbed by the ankle or something, I need you to cut me down. He was like, what? He goes, I go, just follow me.
It's too good to be true, man. It has to be booby trap.
I go, just follow me. There's free beer involved. He goes, where? I was like,
say less, bro.
I was like, it's around the corner in the middle of the sidewalk. He goes, what are you talking about? I go, yeah, it sounds weird, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
I was like, I have enemies. I'm gonna pick it up, but we'll see. Pick it up, no problem. Sprint to work. Put it in the warehouse. Put it up, and we just drank. It was Heineken, so
that's great. I mean, I like Heineken as long as it's cold. I like Heineken. It's fine.
It's okay. I don't like.
Heineken does have a weird stink to it. Like,
well, it smells kind of like weed, but it's got like a weird.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
In my mouth,
but I just love beer so much.
It's like
you can.
It's like they
it.
use old hops. It's a tough one.
I do hear that Heineken is actually better for you than other beers. Like a lot of beer includes.
That's Anne Frank propaganda to you.
What?
That's Anne Frank propaganda.
What are you talking about? Anne Frank drank Heinekens?
Well, it's just from Holland.
No, I read somewhere that like a lot of beers contain.
That's the people who say Taco Bell's good for you. That's them.
True. Yeah, I would never ever assume that Taco Bell's good for you.
Well, they said it was the healthiest food because it's probably just high in protein because it doesn't have any fucking carbs.
Yeah, it's like astronaut food. It's like just add water and you have meat paste.
Well, but it again, the problem why they're calling it healthier is because there's no carbs. It was
less carbs.
It was during but it was during the no carb era. that they were like, oh, this is the healthiest fucking one. It's like, oh yeah, all the other ones are all buns.
We're in the no carb era, right? My body is in ketosis right now, bro.
No,
it's not
man,
true. It's not
I
true.
ate a pound of spaghetti.
Yeah,
like 15
I ate
minutes ago.
3 slices of pizza and had like fucking I don't know.
I
I'm
actually-
drinking,
I actually today
alcohol right now.
was like, oh shit, I have to carb up, because currently with my physical therapy, I'm just doing leg day 3 days a week. It's they are not worried about my muscles recovering at all. They are not worried. They're worried about this injury recovering, not the muscles.
Yeah.
I'm doing one leg press for 30 reps at 200 pounds.
Wow.
And then they're like, okay,
200 isn't a lot for legs though, but
it's not a lot
for an
but
injured
it's
leg.
It's
is,
one leg press on an injured leg.
Yeah.
That's That's after my 10-minute bike ride. That's the warm up. Then it's squats and all. It's great that they're pushing me, but it's 3 days goddamn week.
Yeah.
And they're like, "How you feel?" I'm like, "I'm sore as hell, dude. I feel like
your bun's feeling sore.
hell yeah, man. Fucking only one bun,
Oh, dude,
the top bun, lay on the left side.
you're gonna be able to dunk after this.
I could dunk before.
You could not dunk. Shut the fuck up.
What are you talking about?
Dunk a basketball on a 10-foot rim.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth. You shut your goddamn mouth. That's been my dream my entire life, and I'm never gonna.
I've done it. I've done it in game.
I'm 40 and I still can't dunk. I only dunked once ever in a game. It was at Merrill Park. I had a breakaway, but everyone knows Merrill Park only had 9.5-foot rims. So this thing was 6 inches shorter, maybe 4 or 5 inches shorter. I don't know. But I was just like, I don't know. I was like 19, 20 years old. I got a breakaway, and man, it was the most pathetic white guy dunk ever, but I dunked it.
Oh, no, I was never like, oh, this is easy, but I can dunk, yeah.
Yeah, I just got like,
I could probably.
I just got the tips of the fingers over the rim, and the ball went in, so I counted.
Oh, no, I got to where like I could like try and do like different dunks.
That's insane. On a 10-foot rim?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. You were a different athlete.
No, I can jump.
Yeah,
I
could always jump too.
Well, that was the thing. I was a high jumper. I was long jump. That's why I got into high jump and long jump, because they were like, Jesus Christ, man, you're fucking, even though you're fucking fat, you're able to do this. Now I was
so jealous of you.
I honestly
God
was
damn it.
able to. I could dunk on a 10-foot rim. I don't know about since this knee. I don't know. I haven't tried because my doctor told me not to. But like, I did it with the torn ACL, so
That's pretty fucking cool. I could never dunk, man. Even in my prime, when I weighed like 180 pounds and I was like running miles and lifting and playing basketball all the time, couldn't do it.
As a matter of fact, there's a very good chance that Kyrie Irving has seen me dunk.
No shit.
Because I used to dunk at those courts.
Oh man, that's so cool.
I used to dunk at those
if
courts
anybody in
pretty
the world,
regularly.
if anyone in the world isn't going to be impressed that you can dunk, it's Kyrie Irving.
Well, I know, and he wasn't covering me or anything. He wasn't guarding it, but
yeah, he would never let that happen.
No, absolutely not. But he did used to play those courts a lot, and I used to dunk at those courts pretty regularly. So there's a good chance
It's so cool.
that he has seen me dunk.
I never played basketball with like a famous basketball player, man. Oh, that'd be awesome.
He's the only.
I played with some
he's the
college
only-
guys, like for
yeah,
Rutgers.
There was some
Michigan.
college guys, some D1 and D2 guys that used to come down, but he was the only famous basketball player I ever played with.
That's so sick.
Football, I've played with a lot of guys who were mild to medium fame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. Well, I went to a basketball camp when I was probably like 16 or 17, and it was at Rutgers, and our the camp was like everybody got broken up into squads like at the camp, and like everybody had a different coach, and my coach was this guy, Coach Ty, and he used to play for the Harlem All-Star team, and he was on because New York City has like these like rec leagues that are like famous, you know what I mean, and like crazy good ballers, like and like
Isn't that what NBA Street's based on?
Skip to my Lou. I forget his name. He was like this short, like street baller that was famous. That was in the NBA.
Okay,
I forget his real name. I'm blanking
one
on his
guys.
real
I don't
name.
know. I don't know.
But his like street, he was like his like street basketball name was Skip to My Lou. But he was one of the and one dudes that like actually was in the NBA, and he was on the team with that guy. Like so, I was like playing with guys that were like adjacent to famous basketball players, but not like actual.
Okay. Again, football. I actually played in a tournament that Nate Burleson played in, but I didn't meet him or play against him. They just won the tournament. We didn't win.
Shout out Coach Ty, man. I haven't thought of that guy in so long. He had a grill. He had a gold grill. And he was the coach. I used to shoot like this. Here, I'm going to do a demonstration. I would pull the ball like way up over my head.
Oh, I know somebody.
I would shoot over my head like this.
Like that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Dan Torres shoots
and
that.
it would go in, but it would take me like 10 seconds to shoot the ball. Like,
Dan
slow.
Torres shoots like that. I'm going to tag him in this when it gets clipped.
Dude, ask
that's
Henry.
exactly how he shoots.
Ask my roommate and like close friend Henry.
It's hard to block because you got to be so far behind you got to like go over.
Yes, it is hard to block, but if you're taller and it's easy to block because then like you could time it right and like
if you know
you
what's
just
happening.
reach. Yeah, exactly. So like I remember my first day of camp, like he saw me shoot and he pulled me aside and he was like, "Yo man, you can shoot. You're good. You're good." I'm like, "Oh, thanks man, thanks." And he just goes, "You're never shooting like that again." I was like, "What?" And he's just like, "Yeah, we're gonna change the way you shoot like today." And I was like, okay. So then, like, he was like this 6'5" like black dude with like fucking grills. He was from Harlem. Like he played with like fucking Skip to My Lou. He was like awesome. You know what I mean? He was like so nasty at basketball. I was just like, okay.
I've never been very good at basketball. I was always a hustler at basketball. Just hustled, not like hustled people into thinking I was bad and then hustled. But like I just like tried really hard. I would be on defense. I would just be annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
I'd be physical. I would not want you. I would make you want me not to be covering you.
Yeah.
And then on offense, I would
defense is huge, man. Defense
well,
is so
and then
big.
on offense, all I would do is rebound and then pass it to our best shooter. That's it.
So you were in my book, you're a fucking all-star. Because the most annoying thing is my biggest pet peeve in basketball is guys that don't play defense and guys that don't box out. Like when the second,
I don't even know if I boxed out because I would let guys box me out sometimes.
It's
because
literally,
but I would know I can get over
the second or third most important thing in the game.
But like sometimes I would let a guy box me out who I knew I can get the ball just over. So I would know.
Yeah.
I would know, like, if it was the guys I was playing with regularly, I would tell Jerry when he was boxing me out, like, go to that corner, it's coming there.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna smack it back. Because I know my reach, I could just beat him. I don't give a shit. I don't. Yeah. He can have whatever position he wants. He's never gonna touch that ball before I do.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But I mean, like the easiest way to achieve that is to box out.
I never learned how to play that way, so I never.
It's literally the easiest thing in the world.
I got you, but everyone just I didn't know the fouls. I didn't know the fouls all the time, so I would always give position, and then they'd call fouls on me anyway, just because I was physical, whatever, and just I would try and really be on people. I would get made to look like a fool a lot too, because the guys who could really
everybody does, everybody does,
dude.
If you're gonna play basketball, especially like
there was
organized
times,
basketball,
there was
you're
times,
gonna get embarrassed. It's gonna happen.
There was times that high school Kyrie Irving would be down at the courts.
That's
and they would
different.
make me cover
that guy is otherworldly,
and I didn't know who he
man.
was, and they were just like, "You're covering that guy." I was like, okay, whatever. And then I'd try and cover him like I know we did. Dude, it was. And he was a high school kid, and I was a little older than him. It didn't matter, man. It was like watching a 3-year-old.
You're older than Kyrie Irving?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so.
I don't know. I thought he was like
I'm a couple
same
years
age
older.
or like a year older or something.
Yeah, I'm not like much older, but I was like, at that point, it was when I had grown, and he was, he's a normal sized guy. He's not.
Yeah, he's like 6'1" or 6'2".
Yeah. He's not. He's not
like huge.
Yeah, but he is. Oh my God, dude! He can move
unbelievable.
So
his handles. Like,
what helped is we were playing outside.
Yeah.
So like sometimes your foot would slip or something.
Yeah.
But like I can't imagine what it's like to play him when he just has perfect grip and stuff, and the ball bounces the same everywhere. Yeah. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Because he would make me look like I was a a kindergarten kid
Yeah.
compared to me playing football. It was I was like, this. I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
his highlight reel is unfucking believable.
it wasn't a highlight. It was. I literally just made me look stupid, made me fall over, and then would just
but
do whatever
that's his highlight reel. Is just making people fall over. His so like okay, so anybody who like loves basketball or whatever probably knows this already. But if you don't, there's a highlight. Just type in like Kyrie Irving, Steph Curry, move, right, and it'll come up. It was a move.
That double, and then it goes to the outside and then in.
No. Like I don't know. Maybe that's what you're describing.
It's like double through the legs.
No.
Outside. Then he checks it like back and then cuts.
I can't remember. I can't remember what game it was, but like Kyrie Irving said he had a move that he was because like the whole argument at the time in the NBA was like
Curry him?
Who had better handles?
Yeah.
Was it Steph Curry or Kyrie Irving?
Yeah, I'm aware.
So Kyrie was like, I had a move that I was waiting to use specifically for when Curry was guarding me, just so I could like embarrass him. And he did it, and it worked. It was like, and the highlight is so awesome. It's like he catches the ball like around like the elbow, on the court, and like he puts the ball behind his back, and it's kind of like a move that's really common, but you usually do it in front of you. So it's like when you curl the ball like this, so it looks like you're gonna do a crossover, but then you don't.
Yeah.
And then you go right, but he did it behind him.
Yeah.
So like he looks like he's gonna cross over behind his back, but then he does it behind him, and Curry completely falls for it and like goes right, and then Curry goes to his right, and then Kyrie goes to his right and just blows right past him and like dunks the ball on him or whatever. And at the press conference after, he's like, "I've been waiting to do that move to Curry."
Yeah,
and it's so good. Steph was like, "Yeah, man, he got me so bad." Like
that makes sense. Again, I never talked to him much or anything. He was there sometimes, and the first few times I was like, I don't know that. Then I was like, I mean, obviously that guy, he could play with like 3 less people on his team and he's gonna win.
Yeah.
And then he stopped showing up. I don't know. I guess he was going to college and stuff. So, but
yeah, probably.
This was I
don't know where he played in college. I forget.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. I should know that. That's like
he's from like South Orange. He was from near our area.
I know he's a Jersey guy.
He was from near our area, and he would come to the Cedar Grove courts sometimes. We would play a lot. I used to play there essentially for cardio.
Yeah.
Just to keep me doing some, jumping and doing stuff, and I think people hated me on their team. So
no man, if you play defense, and you got rebounds,
shooters like me on their team.
Yeah.
But like the other guys,
you give them the ball.
Yeah, but like the other guys, like I don't know all the positions, so like the other guys would like complain that I'm in the paint for too long. It's like
basketball breaks down the positions too specifically. There's guards and there's big guys. Like that's it.
And there was a couple guys that would come down sometimes that were like, 6'9", 6'10", and then they'd have me cover those guys, and I was like, I mean, I can cover them physically.
Yeah,
but honestly, when he's gonna go to shoot, what do I do? I don't know.
You're dealing with a guy that's almost 7 feet tall. It's like,
well,
you can't guard him.
Well, yeah. Again, he's some of these guys were 8 inches taller than me.
I mean, if you've got a lot of skills as a defender and you're like a ball hawk and like you're
yeah, I guess, but I don't even know the rules.
The guy is 3 inches taller than you. You might be able to get away with like you could get some steals.
Oh, I had guys who were taller than me.
You can give him some problems.
I could do that.
Once a guy gets to be like 4, 5, 6 inches taller than you, like you just can't guard him.
Again,
like,
there was a guy we used to play with.
If he has any basketball skill at all, you can't guard him.
There was a guy we used to play with all the time who, like, legitimately had a shot at a contract with the Utah Jazz at one point.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't going to be... But I used to cover him all the time. And I think if you asked him, I was the most annoying guy who covered him. Well, because he was like 6'5". I was the only one who ever blocked his fucking fadeaway shot. I was the only person who ever got a hand on that.
That's tough. It's a tough shot to block.
Well... And he did it all the time. So I was like, I know what's coming. It's just get up there and do it.
Michael Jordan's greatest contribution to the game was the fadeaway, dude.
So he would probably be like, every time I played with him probably 2 years ago again.
Yeah.
And I was on his team and I just saw the disdain in his face when I shot up a 3 from like the logo. put it in.
Like
And-
6 feet behind the arc.
Like way
Yeah.
behind, like far behind. And I put it in, and he was like, "You had no confidence in that shot." I go,
Obviously you did. You just fucking chucked it.
I go, no. I knew I was making that shot. I told him, you know what I do when I don't know if I'm going to make it. I go chase that shit down and go with the fucking rebound. That was
You just started backpedaling before it even went in.
Oh, no, that
you did like a Larry
that
Bird.
used to be my thing. I'd shoot a 3, and like I would beat the ball to the rim, stand underneath the rim, looking up at it. Like
You just chuck it up as high as you possibly could.
no, I just
It would come down through the clouds.
I would come down like Tracy McGrady on the fucking basket and grab the ball, throw it back to the shooter. If I shot a 3, it was not. But I was like, no, I got that one. I knew
Yeah.
that. And he was like, where the hell did that come from? I go, oh no, I can shoot. I just don't like to because it's gay. And he was like, what are you talking about? I was like, well, I mean, it's like such a stupid thing. It's it's like in a war. Do you want to be the guy who fucking runs down and fucking kills somebody, or do you want to be the guy who just shot a mortar at somebody? It's not fun.
So when I was on the team in high school, my nickname was No D. So like I could play. I was so bad at defense. I tried, but I was not great. Like the guys were just.
I don't think I was
were
great.
just
I was
faster
just
than me.
really, really hard.
My
trying.
whole game. And it's the only reason why I would make the team was I could shoot. So if I got open, I could knock a shot down, and I hit every foul shot I took. I was like a 9 for 10, 10 for 10
I can't
shooter.
hit foul shots.
And I boxed out. I would get rebounds. So I would get rebounds. I could knock a couple shots down, and if I got fouled, I was gonna hit every foul shot. That was it. That was my whole game. Guys would blow past me and score on me. I would always fuck up the fucking play. I would forget with the call because we'd have 15 plays that we were supposed to
dribble,
memorize, and I would mistake it for a different one, and the coach would get so mad at me. But it was my whole thing was all right, I'm gonna shoot. If I'm not open, I'm gonna drive. You're gonna foul me. I'm gonna go to the stripe, and I'm gonna get 2.
I never was a basketball guy. I have been
I
talking more
boxed out
baseball
every time, so I'd end every game. I'd only play I'd only play 2 quarters, but I'd have fucking 10 rebounds. You know what I mean? Because I boxed out. That's all you got to do. Second, the guy you're guarding shoots. You turn around and you put your ass right in him. You just push him away.
If you took my rebound numbers, because even when I was getting back, I was willing to jump, throwing my back out to land on them, which is probably a penalty.
Yeah,
I was willing.
yeah.
I was crowd.
You were
Diving,
you were crowd surfing.
I was crowd surfing for balls. I was relentless. I was like a dog. I play basketball like a dog.
That's good though. That's good. I mean, in football, they got a fucking saying for that. You got that dog in you. It's great.
Oh well,
that means it's just hustle.
Football. I was
my favorite drill. My favorite drill, and I wasn't even that good at it, but it was just so chaotic and hilarious. Was at tryouts or whatever, the coach would stand directly underneath the basket with the ball in his hand, and then you would line up. 2 people would line up on both sides of the paint underneath the basket, and then he'd blow the whistle and roll the ball, or he'd start rolling the ball and blow the whistle, and then the 2 people had to race and dive after
it and get
and whoever got the ball didn't have to run a suicide.
Yeah, I would never run a suicide.
And they would just do that over and over again. You get paired up with random people, and then the people who didn't get the ball and had to run all the suicides had to play against the people who did get the ball. So I was it was awesome. So you wanted to get that ball so bad because you wouldn't be tired.
My coach would be throwing the ball at the other guy whoop. All right, I just want to see him fucking spear you. That guy's gonna come at that ball for an animal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we used to do stuff like that for wrestling. That was same thing. We used to have. They used to give us medicine balls to shoot from 3.
That's weird. What does that teach you?
It teaches your shoulders to be fucking strong for wrestling.
Oh, it
was wrestling.
That makes sense.
So it was just
it
people,
teaches you to overshoot like a motherfucker when you're a basketball player.
No, he would. We did it during summer camp.
Yeah,
but he was like, I just don't want any of you guys to go to basketball, so this will fuck you guys forever on that.
I feel like when
you guys will never go to basketball.
When it comes to shooting like basketball, it's all muscle memorization. So you want it to be exactly the same as it could possibly be every single time you shoot it, so that you're just like a machine. Like it's this memorized muscle.
Well, that was our wrestling coach was like, I want none of you guys to go to basketball. So
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna ruin your jump shot so you never leave us for
like
the basketball team.
wrestling's the most poached sport. So
yeah,
big
that's
time.
funny. I would never see wrestlers as basketball players because usually wrestlers are like
well, it's the same season, so it's tough.
they're
But
usually
like,
shorter. I mean, not in your case, but like shorter, very strong. You know what I mean? It's like a whole different skill set.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a finesse kind of sport.
but
It's
they can
more
all
like,
jump. It's all about speed. It's all about watching hips. It's all about moving with somebody.
I guess I know. I'm not saying that there aren't things you could take
so
from
like,
it. There's
like
definitely things you could take.
So the
from
top
it, but-
stuff, the top stuff is like offensive linemen for football
Yeah.
because the footwork
Mm-hmm.
is like you get a lot of wrestlers. Track, you get a lot of wrestlers light on their feet, big guys that are strong.
Football, you get a lot of basketball players. Like
Yeah, you get a lot of basketball players
tight
that go,
ends.
yeah.
Like make like
You got a lot of basketball players.
basketball
that go
players
to
make
football.
good receivers
Yeah,
and tight
yeah.
ends. Yeah, yeah.
To say basketball really, if you're not freakishly tall, you have to be a like actual freak at something.
I guess. Yeah. I mean.
Like football, you could just be a great athlete and figure out a position.
Yeah.
But if you're just a great athlete in basketball and you're not 6'4" at least.
Mm-hmm. That's always what I loved about basketball, and I guess you could say the same thing about baseball, but it's different. It's like the only sport where you really have to play offense and defense like 50-50 split. You know what I mean?
Hockey.
It's like no hockey. You got 3 lines, right? Like it's like
Yeah, but
you have forwards that are supposed to stay on one side of the ice, and like you're not playing as. I mean, I guess at some point you're playing some.
a lot of defense.
But if you're a forward, you're playing 80% offense, 20% defense.
No, not even close.
No,
Soccer,
I got to
maybe.
disagree with you. Soccer, same thing. It's the same setup.
Soccer, you have midfielders though, but in
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's different positions.
In hockey, the center plays almost just as much defense. As,
Okay, the center, that's one position.
no, but right wing, center, left wing, those are the 3 offensive positions. They play almost as much defense as they do offense.
I disagree. If you're on defense, if you're on the closest to your goalie in soccer, you are not shooting nearly as many shots on goal as the forwards, right?
In soccer, especially, no.
Yeah, they're going to shoot way more.
But
maybe a couple times you're at the half midfield and you're going to fire one in.
Well, no. Sometimes
but
midfielders
not-
are the
it's not
top
your main
scorers.
job.
But that's not hockey though.
Hockey's similar.
Hockey's similar, but there's a lot more shooting from defenders. A lot more.
All right. But I'm saying it's not like basketball where it's like you're in the mix. Like, like a midfielder's never going to wind up or rarely going to wind up like right on top of the goalie, right next to the net. Like they're usually going to be further back, right? Like in basketball,
usually, but
you
could
be the point guard and wind up dunking on the center. You know what I mean? Like
it is fluid in hockey. The thing with basketball is there's so many scoring situations.
Yeah, I mean, there's
in
way
hockey.
more scoring,
In hockey,
yeah.
there's just less scoring.
But I just like that it's like.
But honestly, if you look at percentage wise, probably defenders score about 12% of the goals.
I mean, yeah, but that's a really low number. You know what I mean?
Not of goals.
I guess. I mean, we're talking percentages. You know what I mean?
I know, but like
12 is low. You know,
12 would be low, but
the forwards probably score what? 50.
What's the least scoring position in basketball? Like traditionally, I know that now positions.
I don't know if there.
Much.
I don't know if there is one. Like I mean, if there is one, it's a
power
metric
forward
nobody
would
knows.
probably
It's like,
be.
What makes you say that? Kevin Garnett wasn't putting up fucking 36 points a game.
That's
like,
the thing. I don't know the positions that well, but I know centers score. I know point guards obviously score. And
all of them.
Shooting
all
guards.
of them score. Yeah, it all depends on the player. You know what I mean? Like, there's point guards that fucking Allen Iverson, point guard, would score fucking 50 points three nights in a row.
I would think point guards
nuts. But and he was like 6 feet tall.
I don't even know what position Michael Jordan plays. So.
Michael Jordan was a shooting guard for the most part. He would sometimes.
I know that
play
you
point
move
guard.
around, but
The freakish thing about LeBron James
is he plays all of them.
He could play. I would say he could play any position, but like center and power forward.
But
again, basketball. Basketball
he's been the
is
center for the Cavs, and he's.
I mean, maybe
was,
in clutch situations where he had to, or like the center was injured, or like.
Well, I thought one of those Kevin Love years, I thought he was.
Maybe if they were playing against like a really small lineup where like their center was like maybe like an inch or two taller than LeBron, like they would like maybe in weird occasions.
Again, I don't know.
No, that's I know, but like LeBron, that's the thing is like. You could put LeBron in at point. He's going to be fine. You could put LeBron in at shooting guard.
That's what's always so wicked to me.
You could put him in at small forward. He's going to be fine.
About LeBron, that's what's so nuts about to me is like with the argument with Michael Jordan is like, okay, he's more competitive, blah, blah, blah. My thing is, if I'm building a team, who do I want? The guy who will put up the same numbers in literally any position on the court, or do I take the guy who's
and choke in big moments?
Does he? But like, does he? Or
yeah.
Or is it that he's always against another great team? Because isn't the teams that have beat him all like legendary teams?
LeBron?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
he lost to the best team ever statistically in the regular season.
Yeah,
he lost to
but I mean,
he lost to Tim Duncan Spurs, which was a dynasty.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron James also beat the best team. Ever.
That's what I'm saying.
Or I mean, the team that won the most regular season games, which is which is the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah,
when they had Kevin Durant or whatever. But if you go back and you watch that series, your boy from New Jersey. Kyrie Irving
was big.
Won that series for them. Like he scored 40-something points, and hit the game-winning shot, and LeBron just kept deferring to him the entire game.
So I don't know.
You could make the argument they never would have been in that position if LeBron didn't have a monster season.
Are those assists deferring to him?
Yeah, totally.
Deferring to him.
Totally, yeah.
That help him.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's a huge. To me, the best argument, the best comparison between those players is that like. LeBron James and Michael Jordan are the greatest basketball players of all time. They just had different styles of play.
That's what I think.
So LeBron was way more of a Magic Johnson, and Kobe was way more of a Jordan.
So to me, if I get to
totally different styles, you watch them play, they look different, they move different. Like Kobe and Jordan look exactly the same. Magic and LeBron look the same. Like in my opinion,
to me, if I look at from rookie year,
LeBron being better than Magic and Jordan being better than Kobe.
I'm sorry, I'm going to bring this to football because I don't know basketball at all. If I'm going to talk about, because everyone says Brady's a GOAT. I mean, he won 7 Super Bowls. He was incredible.
I don't think there's any arguing that.
There's not any. But
football's different because the positions are so different.
Yeah, the positions are so different. There's so many more variables, so many more players.
Who's better, Brady or Jerry Rice?
Well, I was about to say, so Peyton Manning to me, if you're talking, Brady learned how to do pre-snap by watching Peyton.
Yeah,
that's almost.
But they were contemporaries, right? Like
they were contemporary.
So he was studying his film after a game. You're saying, like,
but it's Edison to Tesla. So it's a lot of people argue Tesla's idea was just smarter. Edison got his fucking patent in faster.
Yeah,
but
Edison was just better at business, and Tesla was just a more brilliant mind.
But Peyton, if you watch, if you put Peyton on those fucking teams in the mid 2000s, there's not that break where there's 9 years of no Patriot wins. I think Peyton just wins again.
I love these arguments.
I think I think Brady became great early in his career. He's clearly not. He's just a all right quarterback with a great team. And then he learned to be a great quarterback. He was, but it wasn't like for 25 years he tore the league apart. It was the Patriots tore the league apart because they had this great team and Brady was just developing, and then he got into a role right as the team started to deteriorate, to make this just. But
To me, the story of Brady is the reason why they went on such a tear is because Brady didn't take the money. He went for the wins over the money.
yeah, but it was
So
two,
they could
but it was
build
two different
a team
tears.
around him because
It was two different tears because he was not getting paid for the first one.
Yeah.
Then he had that.
He was nobody for the first. He was a backup.
Yeah, and then he had that spout in the middle where they were rebuilding. They trade for Randy Moss. He takes less money. They go win
Yeah, but that
again.
was huge. That taking less money was huge.
I know.
to his legacy.
But it's not like Peyton was like, oh, I'm going to take every dime I can get.
Yeah.
The Colts were good.
I don't know. I
just-
don't know Peyton's like contract history. Like I don't know that.
The Colts were good. They just couldn't get past the Patriots. They were in the same conference. Otherwise, they would have seen each other in the Super Bowl every year.
Mm-hmm.
If Peyton was on, say, let's think of a good NFC team during that time. Honestly, even like the Cowboys for some of those years where they had good rushing. With that offensive line, Peyton would have torn the league apart.
Yeah, that was insane.
I hate the Cowboys.
What do you
but
think?
he
What do you
would have
think about?
fucking ruined.
What do you think about if Aaron Rodgers hadn't taken the money and stayed on Green Bay? Do you think they would be amazing? Or no? Do you think they would have won another Super Bowl or no?
No,
Because
I think Jordan Love is doing.
The thing was like he stayed on Green Bay, but he took a ridiculously huge
that's
contract
true. He
that
did-
blew up their
he did
fucking
fuck 'em-
cap,
yeah,
and
he
then
did
like they
fuck 'em
couldn't get
up.
anybody else good.
But they're really good again now. I
so I'm
think-
saying like if he took a lower contract, do
I-
you think like they would have been able to get like
I think their
a
defense.
dynamite offensive line and then just killed it? Like
I think their defense wasn't there. To be honest,
yeah.
After they lost,
But I mean, like in the NFL, I feel like you can win a Super Bowl with like a mediocre defense.
you
these
got
days.
to have it a top 10.
Okay, well, top 10 is. I guess that's not mediocre.
That's the
but
top
it's-
third of the league.
Yeah.
I mean, but honestly, when you look, it's funny when you look at it because it seems that way.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, if you look at the last 25 Super Bowl winners,
Mm-hmm.
almost every team has like a top
10
6 defense.
6. Okay.
Like top 10 is like an outlier. They're all like top 6 defenses
Okay.
with points given up.
All
They're
right.
like all.
So no, you don't think they would have won another Super Bowl if he had taken like
Maybe they would have won
less
one.
money.
They
If he
would
had taken like
they would
Brady
not have,
money.
They would not have gone on a dynasty like tear. No,
All right.
the league got too good right when he was.
Well, I didn't say dynasty. I said like one more Super Bowl. Do you think they would have gotten one more?
maybe they would have got one. Maybe
Because they were making the playoffs.
the
and,
problem
like, losing by slim margins.
Well,
while he was
the
getting
thing
paid,
was
you know,
he was in the NFC, which again, if Peyton was on the Packers
yeah.
during those years, I think you're talking 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah. Shit. I gotta piss so bad. How long have we been on this, dude? This episode has been rolling.
I know. I don't know. I don't have no
We
idea.
were shot out of a cannon this episode.
Yeah, I don't know. It's good. I'd
gotta
say
piss so
we're
bad.
on.
Most episodes end with Chris just having a piss. We would go on for 3 hours like
I
fucking
don't know.
Rogan, but Chris just his bladder can't take it.
Yeah, I'd say we're pretty well over an hour if you wanted to call it.
Do you think Rogan's dick is just in a catheter under that desk? Like, how do you go 3 hours without stopping to piss? They never stop to piss.
I know. I can. Do
It's
that.
crazy.
Well, also, they have editors, but
Yeah.
no. The guy that people talk about having to stop to piss is
And
Chris Hansen.
You know what sucks is
Or not,
they
Scott
have,
Hansen.
They have editors and we have schmeditors. You know what I mean? No.
But Scott Hansen's the guy they talk about having to piss because he does.
Is Scott Hansen the guy who catches predators? Is he
No,
the guy
it's
who
Chris
catches?
Hansen.
Oh, they must be. They're brothers.
I don't
Yeah.
know. They seem like they are. But he's the guy who does Red Zone. And he does whatever 7.5
Wait,
hours.
who does Red Zone? Is just a collection of screens of people who are.
It's the guy who
you know,
it's the guy who
fucking
hosts it, and he keeps
20
talking
yards
to him
from
the whole
the
time.
goal.
He talks the whole time, and he does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we never listen. We always talk over him.
Yeah,
Fuck you,
I
Hansen.
watch him, but
You suck.
yeah, he
We
does-
don't listen to you.
he does whatever 7 hours without peeing every Sunday. And he's got a whole thing he's talked about. They ask him.
No,
about.
he's got his dick in a catheter, man. I'm telling you, he's peeing in a bag or something.
But yeah, no, I could go 3 hours quick without peeing, no problem.
That's impressive, man. I can't do it. I got an old lady bladder. Can't do it.
You're wearing a sweater. I get it.
I know. Cardigans are such a fucking soft man's garment. You know?
We didn't even get to talk about my outfit the other day. Or what I was
your
talking
knit
about.
shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's so beautiful.
But also,
if you really want it, lurkers, if he's wearing his knit shirt, if you really want it, you can approach him and you can see nipple. But you really got to want it. You got to dig deep.
but I was also going to talk about like meeting a girlfriend for the first time. I wasn't going to bring up names, but I was going to bring up like that whole how you're supposed to act and all that stuff. I guess we'll do that next episode.
What prompted that? What made you think of that?
Well, probably meeting someone's girlfriend recently.
I'm trying to think of who.
All right.
Am I blanking?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
The night I wore the knit shirt.
Oh, duh. Meeting Scott's girl. Yeah, okay. Right. Meeting Scooter Libby's girlfriend.
Yeah. But
she's from Vegas. She seems cool. She
I wasn't going to talk specifically about her. I was going to just talk about like how because he was so nervous about
the
he
scenario. Oh man,
that it was like
it's like, dude, act like you've been there before. Jesus
not
Christ,
even that.
Scott.
Not even that. It's like, so if I go present myself as somebody completely different,
yeah,
that's not fair to her or anyone. It's not fair.
I think we were totally ourselves. I think we were completely.
I think I was.
We always are.
Well, I wasn't totally.
We kind of gave her a hard time.
I didn't present.
We gave him a hard time.
I didn't present as myself. I was myself afterwards.
Yeah.
I presented
we were friendly.
as,
we bought her drinks. We
we
laughed. She told the story.
I thought it went really well.
Yeah, we did.
Specific thing, but I was going to talk about the scenario overall, not what happened.
I got you. Right. Yeah. Just like in general, when you're meeting a friend's girlfriend.
The whole terror that's in the boyfriend, whatever. And like the best part is like you think the worst thing about your friends right at that moment.
Yeah, you do.
Which is so much fun. It's like, man, I hope that scumbag doesn't pull his dick out. Man, that would really suck.
He was really drunk.
That's what. Yeah, but like that's what like makes you think. Like, man, my friends, I think they might pull their dick out in front of my girlfriend.
Yeah. Scott does seem the type, though, I gotta say. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean Titty Boy.
Titty Boy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean Flawn Howard. All right. Well, listen up, 2 Cubes.
Yeah, it's got to be an hour.
We love you to no end, and it's a shame, really, because you don't love us. You don't comment. You don't.
Oh, they comment on our TikTok
email,
sometimes. They do not like us.
You don't send us any pictures of like your nether regions.
No.
You don't paint what you imagine our nether regions to look like. You don't do anything that like a real fan should do.
That does sound like fan stuff.
Yeah. But it's okay. We still love you nonetheless. We love you unconditionally.
I'm going to make a painting of a fan that is just penises on the outside. And maybe if they can grow as they get spun.
Oh, man. Blinga-dinga-digga. I'm just imagining our music playing. Jack, we miss you so much when you're not here.
Thank you for playing us out, buddy. We enjoy.
Jack, come back.
Jackie, come back.
You could blame it all on us. He's like home being a father or some shit. It's so annoying.
All right.
We told him to put the kid on eBay and he didn't listen. Now he's got to raise it. Goodbye, everybody. I'm sorry I can't let go. Joe, I'm just going to keep talking until you fucking click it off. I'm sorry I look like a preppy douche today. I had to make parents think that I'm a decent human being. Oh man, this piss is gonna be